Good afternoon, everybody. Mr. Glitter here at Mayday Mayhem 2015, hanging out with my good friend Roller Polar Bear. How you doing, sir?
I'm not too bad at all on this lovely afternoon here in a little bit of a wet Denver at the moment, but fortunately inside it's nice and dry, and we're about to dance into a fantastic game of roller derby.
Indeed, we're gonna up the temperature a little bit inside here. We got a couple teams fighting for advancement rights to the next round tomorrow. Lavacity looking to continue the momentum after their close win earlier today against Happy Valley. They're taking on West Texas, who lost a heartbreaker to Cheyenne earlier. So we'll see who wants to move on more, I think.
I think we will. I think one thing we saw from the West Texas game especially was the more they played, the more they got into the groove. I think it was more of a nerve thing for them against Cheyenne. So the more they got into it, every jam they started to pull off nice little sweep offenses. They would break out the jammer a lot more quicker. I think with the current WFTDA rankings these guys are on, with West Texas sat on 202 and Lavacity 126, it's a big leap for West Texas. It's no by means insurmountable.
No, not at all. And you know, you touched on a great point. Is at the end of their first bout this morning, West Texas really kind of started to get over the nerves, find their groove, find what they wanted to do this bout. And I think if they can take that momentum, take that strategy, carry it over against Lavacity, they could be facing a much different result than the loss that they suffered this morning.
Definitely, absolutely right. And I think with most games we've seen here today, we have seen a few teams starting to run away with it, and then all of a sudden it just seems to be a clawing back action by the second team, and they will start bringing that points differential down. And then sometimes, you know, I think for most of the teams especially, they've just carried on with that points differential, but it has been very close in places. Hopefully this game now today, the second one left on track one for today, will be very, very exciting and happy-go-lucky, lots of bish-bosh derby.
I hope so. I'm going to figure out what that means, actually, with my American roots. And by the end of this bout, we'll be able to have a righteous conversation about all things British and American. So we're back, actually back to derby action here from Mayday Mayhem 2015. West Texas sends out number 55. That is Wild Wookie to jam in the initial jam of the bout. And it looks like for Lavacity, they send out numero uno. That would be Anya Az. She gets through as well, but it's Wookie to take that lead jammer status.
It was all pretty much hanging on to 10-1, 10-2. They were just trying to stretch the walls out. It was doubly difficult for both jammers there, but Wookie did break out, picked up lead, but we've got the first jam. We got 0 points. We dance into the second, and we'll see if either jammer can establish a nice little point.
There's that little feeling out round, to use the little boxing term. They're kind of figuring out how they want to approach things, and then I'm sure in the next couple jams we're going to see the derby that we expected to see.
Absolutely. There is always absolutely correct. There is that feeling of nervousness first couple of jams, just feeling each other out, who's going where, where we're going to be going with which, who's going to be going offense first. But up to now we've got turn one action, and we do have West Texas picking up lead with number 11 Dream Eraser.
Yeah, Cutthroat Callie is wearing the star for Lavacity. She's out of the pack, wants to really put some pressure on the opposing jammer, try to call it off as soon as possible.
And she was just coming out of turn 3/turn 4. She did get picked off there by the Lavacity blockers, and she just shut it down in time. Picks up 3 points, the first 3 points of this game.
Yeah, nice quick little field goal. I'll teach you a little bit about American sports. There's an American football reference.
Oh, no, I did watch the NFL. I did watch the big, what do you call it, the big tournament one. It's the one they all do at the end where Katy Perry sang with some dancing sharks.
Oh yeah, our Super Bowl. The Sharks were my favorite.
Yeah. So we do have a timeout here as signaled. It does look like it is an official timeout as ref Dire Wolf, hailing from Belgium. He's just going over talking to both benches. Dire Wolf, a much travelled referee. and a very experienced and excellent referee to have here at Mayday Mayhem in Denver, Colorado.
Indeed, and it looks like our delay here is we need to track down some EMTs. Those are always very important to have on hand. So we're not going to go any farther until we've got those emergency medical technicians in place, because as much as stock is put into all the safety equipment, we still need to go one further and have those EMTs on site and ready to go should something happen.
Absolutely. We all know how enjoyable this sport is, but we also know how physical and brutal it is. And EMTs, and even speaking from my own experiences, when I play on track, I do value their input when I need it, when I'm on the floor a wee bit.
Indeed. So thanks again for joining, folks. We are broadcasting live from ColoradoSports.TV. They're hanging out with us all weekend for Mayday Mayhem 2015, bringing you every single bout that we've got on 2 tracks. We've got, we got 14 female teams. We've got 4 junior teams and 3 men's teams. So
we do.
Quite an event.
I think this is the massive draw we've got here at Mayday Mayhem. You've got so much talent here this weekend, and as you say correctly, tomorrow we've got the MRDA teams showdowning. But on track at the moment, we do have Lavacity's 211 Juice Newcomb picking up lead jammer there.
Carcinogen is going to work for West Texas. She's out of the pack as well, looking for points.
And she's Newcomb just coming out, just gets picked off there. But she does shut it down before West Texas can pick up any points. It was good work picking up lead, taking some big hits, but riding it through. Picks up the first points of today for Lavacity. So we're set on 3 on 3, 3 for Lavacity and 3 for West Texas.
Yeah. So now, if I had to guess, if I were a gambling man, which typically I'm not, but we've had a few jams. Teams kind of have the ability now to feel each other out, see what they're bringing. I would expect now that both of the teams would probably start to open up. They're really going to try to attack, try to implement their game plans. And in the next 10 or 15 minutes, we could see kind of some shifts in momentum and see who takes control.
Absolutely. And we have number 1 for Lavacity, Anya Ass. And on her ass at the moment, we have West Texas jammer, number 55, Wild Wookie, jamming for the second time today. I think you're right. There has been that feeling out of just feeling each other. It's a bit like they've got to their 4th date, and now they're just going to see who's going to try and take the initiative.
Yeah, we've settled all the things of who's going to pay for dinner, what we're going to do. Now it's time to really test this thing and see, how far this is going to go.
Who's got the worst choice in movies? I think we have seen up to now these last few jams, and we're just coming now into jam 4. It is a cagey affair at the moment. There's no one's really taking that split-second initiative of trying to push through, and even maybe they might get some points and lose some points. But out now on track, we do have Lavacity barreling forward with number 969 Cutthroat Cali, but she doesn't pick up lead. No,
indeed. That lead status goes to Dream Eraser, where number 11 for West Texas.
And eventually then Cutthroat Cali does come out, and she does start her initial scoring pass.
Dream Eraser hits the pack and then hits the track. She doesn't like it, but she's going to go to the penalty box. That's going to make it a power jam for Lavacity. Also means we're going to go a full 2 minutes, sir, because we lost our lead jammer to the penalty.
Indeed, and off we go. And Cutthroat Cali will be just looking to pick some points up here in quite a low-scoring start to this game. This will be a nice little time now. She's got a few seconds out on track on her own, with the benefit of some sweet offense there from Lavacity. In particular, number 4, Screaming Meanie, getting forward and just trying to just get up all in the grill of West Texas.
Interesting. They let her call that off. She wasn't actually lead, I don't believe. I think we lost our lead jammer, but nonetheless, it's going to count in the. It's going to count on the scoreboards. And so, with the penalties and with the power jams, maybe this is going to lead to that opening up we were just talking about. And now folks are going to have to start to either take chances because they have to make up for the points they lost during the penalty, or because they get the penalty, they get that benefit of having extra skaters out there. They can really strive forward and try to do what they want to do.
Yeah, what we've got now is that we've got a 13-3 point spread. It's only 10 points, but West Texas obviously would have seen that, felt that a little bit, and now they need to make that little bit of a point of getting forward, trying to just rein that point score in. But we've got Lavacity, 1, 2, 3. Panty dropper comes screaming out, but she did not pick up lead. No pass, no penalty, so she is not established lead.
Right, that status goes to Carcinogen, number 8 for West Texas.
And Carcinogen is still racing round here.
I kind of wonder, I don't know if Carcinogen knows she's lead. Otherwise, I thought maybe she would have called that off earlier. But nonetheless, she gets through. She puts 4 points on the board for West Texas, and she's looking for more.
She is. She's flying away through. But Panty Dropper also comes through, picks up the 4 in the sky. And at this point, I'm just wondering if Carson, as you say, she does realize she's lead. She hits the deck, and yeah, that's enough from me. We'll have enough, thank you.
I got to say, I am thoroughly impressed with everything that's been put together for Mayday Mayhem. This is my first trip here. Our hosts are the Slaughterhouse Derby Girls. We've got volunteers all over. It takes just a whole bunch of effort, whole bunch of volunteers to put this type of stuff together, and it's jaw-dropping the amount of effort and the amount of love that went into putting something like this together. Oh,
absolutely correct. And also, just going back to Texas, Cheyenne actually rang the clock against Texas, so maybe this is a ploy just to try and tire them out a little bit. But on track at the moment, we do have number
44. That 44. Is Screaming Mimi. Mimi, she's lead jammer for Lavacity.
As West Texas are still trying to break their jammer out, and Screaming Mimi just saw the inside, glided through, pretty much unopposed, and she gets the full 5.
Yeah, West Texas still struggling, and just like that, I said it before, but Screaming Mimi, she went through the pack the same way I went through high school, virtually untouched. So the only difference is she's proud of her results. I'm still not very happy.
I wish I'd have gone to school. Of course, with folks back at home realize I did go to school. I was an excellent caretaker. So we still have the West Texas jammer, Wookie, still trying to work her way through. Screaming Mimi is just racking up the points here. And she does break through again as Wookie is being taken all the way back with Volatile. The pivot here for Lava, just making life not like lava, just sticky like mud at the moment, and just causing a little bit of discomfort. So good work by West Texas, just taking Screaming Mimi back all the way to turn 1. Both jammers just having a bit of a do here.
I'm always amazed when you're that jammer, you're facing that wall, you still can't get through on your initial pass. It almost seems across the board in Derby, it almost makes them try harder. I mean, you don't see the despair, you don't see the sense of giving up. They buckle down, and it's like they want to get through just for whatever victory they can get.
Yeah, absolutely correct. And we just saw it just then. Wookie was getting taken off. She kept coming back on track. There was no point of just stopping. She was always looking for them gaps. She was always just trying to work her way through, squirrel her way through, finding just any point of entry, any point of escape. It didn't pay off at that point. Jam got shut down, and we are actually now playing on 42 to Lavacity and 7 for West Texas. We are now dancing into Jam 8.
And Dream Eraser wearing the star for West Texas zips on through. Lead jammer status go to them. Hopefully they can get some momentum back for the ladies in black and purple.
Absolutely. We've got 2-on-1. Juice Newcomb coming round, looking to pick some points up, but Dream Eraser shuts it down.
That's a good start. You get lead jammer, you hit the pack, you call it off, you shut out the other team, you close that gap up just a little bit more, and hey, you got to start somewhere. So hopefully this is the beginning of a momentum building exercise for West Texas.
Exactly. We said in the before how they grew into the game, and they played prior. They just shook them nerves off. They started to grow into it just that little bit too late. They might have just learned from that last game. Shake them nerves off early, get into the groove, and start enjoying those nice dates. We are now on Jam 9, and number 1, Anya Ass, is your lead jammer.
Looks like first time in the bout for West Texas is Bam Bam Blocker, number 143. She gets through and is looking for points. Doesn't have the opportunity to get there, though.
Yep, Anya Ass just shuts it down. And this is where the communication is key, from blockers to jammers to bench, everything working in a nice triangle of symmetry communication. Because the moment you lose that communication with your bench, if you're not hearing a call off, you carry on, you could end up costing your team points. And I think at this point, Lava are just looking to break down West Texas. Just trying to make them feel you're not going to pick up any points on these jams.
Right.
End of.
Yeah. And that communication is so key, especially in a sport like this where you could be playing offense, defense, both or none, all at the same time. You got to be able to relay messages and let people know what's going on.
Exactly, and we just saw excellent communication there. As 1, 2, 3, Panty Dropper got some great communication from 2-1-1. Juice Newcomb showing her the outside and getting her through, picking up lead.
Yeah, you don't always see that, but it tends to be big after this team, so.
And the tall hands in the air, just signaling the call off. And again, Lavacity shuts it down before West Texas can pick up any points.
Yeah, so as a summary, we had a bit of a slow start. 18 minutes and counting in the first half right now, but since that slow start, since we started talking about these teams opening up, Lavacity has really been able to take advantage of lead jammer status, some of the physical work that they're doing inside with that pack, and right now they're holding on to a nice 38-point lead. However safe that is or isn't in the Derby world.
I think we've seen so many games, even just from today, in the first day of this fantastic tournament. You can just keep reining these leads in if you play the right way. West Texas will need to start picking that up. And at this point in time, we do have number 88 Sour Patch for West Texas trying to find a way through. But number 969 Cutthroat Cali for Lavacity picks up your lead jammer.
Yeah, it seems right now Lavacity is finding the windows, taking advantage of them. West Texas is finding them, seeing them, but just before they get there, things are kind of closing off. So they're seeing the daylight, but not able to take advantage of it.
No, and I think this is where the offense from West Texas will be absolutely massive in this. If you don't get your jammer out first, you have to do everything to get your jammer out. You either keep losing points or you break her out and get the other jam to call it off. And that's what we've just seen there with Cutthroat Cali just shutting the jam down. 2 points picked up at the end of that pass. We have a timeout here signaled by West Texas, so they'll have a moment. Just all bring it all together. It's also worth saying at this point that the number of players for West Texas is actually four fewer than Lavacity. So that will end up working possibly against their favor the longer the game goes on.
Certainly. You know, anytime you've got, whether it's, even if it's one bout that makes a difference, this is the second bout for both of these teams. And I would suspect that the second half is going to be a true test to that. You're down 4 skaters compared to the other squad. If you have the more enriched lineup, then you can spread the wealth. You can spread the bumps, the bruises, and the lack of air here at altitude. But you're down 4 skaters. You're gonna be missing a lot of those things.
And I think absolutely right. What we've seen in these last 11 jams, we've seen Lavacity pick up leads 6 times. So, you know, you got over a 50% in favor of Lavacity. And as you say, with them 4 extra skaters, you can spread, you know, the tired legs out. You can give people a break for a couple of minutes. If you're constantly on a one-off, one-on rotation, or sometimes staying on for a couple, with this altitude, with how warm it is and how dry it is in this hall here, it's going to tell after a while. It's got to.
Yeah, and I think it's also showing, even though, so we've had 11 jams, 6 of the lead statuses have gone to Lava. That means that 5 have gone to West Texas. But of the ones that West Texas has had, the legs come in because Lava can still get their jammer through closely thereafter. So a lot of the times when West Texas is getting lead jammer, it's not accumulating any points because Lava's right behind them to make them call it off.
And as we've just seen there, Screaming Mimi came out, picked up lead. West Texas did break their jammer out, and she did come round. 0 points picked up by both jammers. So it was a 0 point there, but it's worth mentioning West Texas jammer rode out of turn 2, gliding on 1 skate. Shows how much she wants to break out, how much she wanted to close down Screaming Mimi. If you stop them scoring, it can just build a bit more confidence back up in your team. The tired legs don't feel so tired if you know you're chasing something that's in reach.
That's true. That's true. That's kind of like, you know, a lot of things in sports where it's more fulfilling to be on the offensive end of things. You know, both teams would be out there, but if you're continuously on the defensive, that plays on you a little bit more mentally. Whether if you're attacking, it kind of gets you that adrenaline boost that you'd need to push through.
And as we see now, we've got Juice Newcomb there picking up lead for Lavacity. We've still got the West Texas Jammer just trying to work her way through, which is Wild Rookie.
Yeah, that's Wookie pushing through that wall of yellow, and she finally gets through.
Big hits there being dealt out by Juice Newcomb. It reminded me of me when it was closing time in KFC. And it was just time to get to that front and get some chicken. So the jam shuts down there. We've picked up 1 point there by Juice Newcomb. Had a very good jam just then. And as I said just then before, she's riding hits as well. She's got the speed, she's got the footwork, she's riding these big hits coming into her. So West Texas, you're going to slow a jam like that down. It's about just trying to contain them, trying to bring them into your field of play, using your blockers, keeping them all together. Because you let Juice Newcomb build up that momentum, build up that speed, she's just going to barrel off blockers all day long. Yeah, one of the analogies I think I'd use for some of our American viewers, if they're fans of football, it would be kind of that Walter Payton, Earl Campbell version of jamming. You don't want to take the hit, you want to give it. Yes. So Panty Dropper 123 is lead jammer for Lavacity. Looks like Dreamy Racer's wearing the star for West Texas. Still not having any luck getting through for her, though. No, she's being dealt some pretty big hits at the moment. No respect there. Just popping her off, Dreamy Racer, and some good bridging back by Lavacity. Yeah, that's a nice 40-foot travel that she's got to do to get back to the action. Oh, but Dreamy Racer, some good shoulder work, just flying off a couple of hits. Coming out of 10-2, starts her scoring pass. In the meantime, on the other side, though, Panty Dropper puts up 4 for Lavacity, then decides to call it off. That's kind of textbook jamming right there. I think what you just saw just then, as you just said, textbook jamming, as simple as you like. I've picked up some points. You're through now. We're just going to keep playing this game, or you're not going to pick up any points. We're just going to keep wearing it down, and we're going to see how you respond to it. Exactly. The question lies with West Texas now. How are West Texas going to reply to this?
There's a little skirmish going on there before the whistle even starts. It's like a human sculpture.
So away we go, dancing into Jam 15 here. 12 minutes and change left to play. Carcinogen versus Anya Az. It's Anya getting through lead jammer for the ladies in yellow. Carcinogen not far behind for West Texas, so she's going to hope to put some pressure on Anya. Some smart offensive work there by Lavacity, really just opening up the gaps then. West Texas tried to reply to it, did as best they could, and they actually just kept it down to a 3-point scoring pass. West Texas did have to reply to it because she was flying through. She was. Sour Patch with a nice hit there at the apex, forced her off the track, forced the call off. So they're definitely not going quietly. Not that this is by any stretch over, but you know, you're looking for that spark in West Texas. You're looking for those signs from some of their leaders that they are going to lead a charge, that they are going to take things in their own hand and really be aggressive with whatever the result happens to be. Exactly, and absolutely barreling through 1-4-3. Bam, bam, blocker. Just blocked herself way front, getting lead, just taking the hits but dealing them out. And as you said, you're looking for something there, and this could be it if she can just break herself through. Unlucky, though. Yeah, you saw the spark. She gets called for the track cut, however, so she's going to head to the penalty box. We're going to have a power jam for Lavacity. Screaming Meanie out there. She hasn't made her initial pass yet. But luckily, she's got about a minute and a half left in the jam because we're going to go the full 2 minutes. She's got plenty of time to get to work. Yeah. And that's either a good thing or a bad thing with the altitude as well we've got up here. Yeah, Lavacity coming from Bend, Oregon, so altitude here could play a factor. It's definitely going to play a factor for those coming from West Texas. But she comes through, she picks up the full 5. And just saying before, like, looking for that spark was just a little bit too bright on that one. As we do have both jammers back on track. Screaming Mimi coming through, getting the full 5 in the sky. And Bam Bam Blocker still trying to work her way through, but she does.
Well, once she gets that momentum, as she gets through, and there's no stopping her. It's a matter of getting it going, though. And now we're just kind of playing the game of who can make it through the pack most while the clock is still in your side. And right now, that advantage is going to Lavacity.
Indeed, we got Esno Angel just popping off Bam Bam Blocker. Bam Bam Blocker just taking a moment off the track here. Screaming Mimi is still finding herself way through.
Yeah, last line of defense there was Vixen Vexer, but you can't keep a jammer like Lavacity's got out there down for long, and she's going to see her way through that wall, put some points on the board.
Bam Bam Blocker was just waiting for the blocker to be called out of play. I think in these situations where West Texas trying to look for the answer, trying to bring something into this game, you've got to get back into it. You've got to get on it. You've got to keep moving forward. The moment you stop, the moment you think, I'll just have a moment, it could be too late. You're looking at Lavacity are already trying to make these point differential work from it is. West Texas need to find an answer. They need to start moving forward. They need to start looking for them gaps. They need to start working on that offense.
So we got an official timeout on the track. Looks like we need to straighten out maybe some of the scoring that was done in that last jam. Quick little touch up there, and it looks like that official timeout is going to be fairly short. That whistle is the end, actually, so not a lot of time lost there. The next whistle is going to get us back to the action. Pretty sure I saw Juice Newcomb back there with the star on her helmet for Lavacity.
You give her the time and the speed to pick up, but she gets taken off. No pass, no.
It's a track cut, unfortunately, for Juice Newcomb and Lavacity. So it's a power jam, at least at the moment, for West Texas.
And it's Ghost Rider, 973, jamming for the first time today for West Texas. And she's coming up against the strong blocking work here of Lavacity. Coming together in like a four-legged squid of doom. Just keeping it back, but Dream Racer went on the offensive, but it hasn't paid off. And we do have a forearms for Ghost Rider. So it's a jam switcheroo. As Juice Newcomb is back out of the box. And both jammers were on their initial pass, so it's still a case of breaking her out, which Lavacity do so well. Just opens that inside up.
Back to 5-on-5 derby for the moment. Every time I say that, though, it doesn't last very long. There's always a penalty as soon as that word comes out of my mouth, you know?
It's always nice to see 5 of, oh no, there's someone going.
It's a good recycling work done there by West Texas. Shadow Smith laying the hit, knocking Juice off the track, and then getting back to the jam line.
And yet again, they're going to work on the Lavacity jammer, Juice Newcomb, slowing down that momentum, as we said in the last couple of jams, but slowing down her momentum. Keep her contained. Don't let her pick up that speed, and you might be able to keep hold of her.
That wasn't so much a star pass as a star take. Dame Deviant just grabbed it right off of Newcomb's head and is called for a penalty on that. So now you've lost your pivot. You have no jammer. Power jam situation for West Texas.
Absolutely. And what you can't do, if you're the pivot, you cannot take the star off the jammer's head because it results in an illegal procedure and you go yourself to the box. It was very quickly taken. It was a bit like a magic trick.
It really was.
You've got it 1 minute, you haven't got it the next, and oh, I'm off to the box for that. There was no rabbit being pulled from the hat for that one.
All right, official timeout on the track. Looks like we just want to make some clarifications. I think there's some confusion now on the track as to who gets to field which personnel now is for Lavacity, because technically speaking, they lost their pivot and possibly their jammer all in one. So as they get things clarified there, we'll let you know, folks, that we've still got plenty of derby to go after this bout. We're going to wrap up in just about 7 o'clock this evening. We've got our final bout here on track 1. That bout is going to feature the Cheyenne Roller Derby and Durango Roller Girls wrapping up this day. And then we've got all day tomorrow, of course, to figure out who moves on to the rest of the bracket round. And then Sunday, we figure out who settles this whole thing out.
So we've still got 3 days, well, 2.5 days worth of derby, and we are back into the action. We've got 1, 2, 3 panty dropper for Lavacity, picks up lead, and she's flying around the track at the moment. As West Texas, I believe it's Wookie out on track.
It is.
Coming up against some excellent blocking work from 8-6 Volatile.
Not to be outdone, Dream Eraser really put his shoulder into panty dropper before she got through. Unfortunately, she's going to get called for a penalty there and head all the way around the track to the penalty box. But you got to like the aggressiveness. I love it.
Yes. We're not here just to hug. So we do have, at this point in time, Lavacity just going round panty dropper again, picking up 5 points. It's a bit of a struggle at the moment for West Texas. Just not clicking at the moment, but we do have a star pass.
We do. Your new jammer is Bam Bam Blocker.
But we have seen a couple of times now Jammin, who has got a lot of tenacity and a lot of strength when she's moving forward here. But the jam was called, as we have seen many a times in these last few jams. Lavacity just shutting it down, making sure they've got points on the board, and just trying to keep West Texas quiet at this point.
Yeah, so just about 5 minutes to go when the whistle blows again. Current score, Lavacity 110, West Texas 16.
And off we go, dancing into Jam 19. Lavacity flying forward here with Anya Ass, and she made very light work just coming through on the inside.
Carcinogen pushes through that 3-wall. She's eligible for points as well for West Texas, as they all conglomerate there around turn 2.
Oh, Carcinogen.
Nice.
That was absolutely textbook. She came through. I don't think Anya Ass realized just how quick she was coming, and she just slivered through unopposed, and she picks up the points. Great work there from Carcinogen.
Indeed. She got the momentum. She said this is one of those cases where she saw the hole and she took full advantage of it. 4 points for the ladies in purple.
Lavacity getting really low on that line, the blockers.
It's like choreographed for us.
So up Ib and Adam, we are up on again. And we've got Lavacity Jammer flying herself forwards. We do have Screaming Mimi picks up lead.
Indeed. Not too far behind, though, is Shadowsmith. I believe this is her first time wearing the star this bout for West Texas.
I do believe you are correct, sir. And
we got a loose toe stop on the track. We got whistles blowing all over. We got a few points, but actually with all the collision and equipment malfunction, the points were, not really the highlight of that jam.
no one really likes a toe stop. Just flying off there. It helps you stop, not in the right way.
Exactly.
So we've got an empty penalty box here. We've got both jammers out on track. We've got number 969, Cutthroat Cali, jamming for Lavacity.
We got Dream Eraser, number 11 for West Texas. Both jammers out. Dream Eraser hot on the trail. Fast-moving pack, too. Everybody's trying to push, get to the front of the pack, make it tougher for the opposing team to score.
And Cutthroat Cali cuts it dead with the 1 point gain. Just like we've been saying all along, Mr. Glare, they're just picking them points and shutting it down.
Mm-hmm.
That's what their game is. There's no thinking of letting it just run. They just want to keep West Texas as far back as possible.
Yeah, and it's so fundamental it's almost obvious, but it's easier said than done. It's kind of one of those things where if you can earn lead jammer status and you can stay out of the penalty box, everything else kind of falls into place. Lavacity, that's the epitome of what they're doing right now. They're doing just that.
They're doing great roller derby out there at the moment, and you've got 1, 2, 3 panty dropper jamming for Lavacity.
Carcinogen fighting her way through. She's bumped off and has to recycle back to the jam line, but she's going to work for West Texas.
She does get popped off there by Mudslinger. Mudslinger just taking her back there. As Panty Dropper still working her way through.
Wookie, last line of defense. Great work there by Wookie. She knocked her off, but no pass, no penalty. So looks like she can hop back onto the track and go to work.
And just like we've just been saying these last few jams, absolute textbook. You think you're going to get it, you think you're going to get no, and there goes the whistles.
Again, back to my high school days.
Really, it worked out for you after high school? Because I'm still waiting for that to work out. I just had a consolation pat on the shoulder there. Happy days.
You know, at some point, that's just as good as anything else.
It's the human contact more than anything, and that's why I play roller derby.
Juice Newcomb going back to work for Lavacity, and I do believe Bombshell Bone is making her debut for this bout for West Texas. It pays off for her. She's lead jammer.
And that was really good work. She was coming up against some pretty staunch defense, but she just kept her head down. She just kept moving forwards, and that's the crucial thing for West Texas now. Move forward. Get your jammer out. Make it count.
Yeah.
Make every jam count now. Get them points on the board. Make Lavacity work.
Good track awareness there, too, by Bombshell Bone. She knew Lavacity's jammer was approaching, so she was trying to eke through and get as many points as she could, but still had to be mindful of where that jammer in yellow was and called it off before Lavacity could put any points on the board.
And I don't think that will be the last time we've seen her jamming today, because that was a successful first jam. And we do have the half-time here, sat on 1-2-1 points, Lavacity. And West Texas are sat on 23.
Yeah, so it looks like we're going to have about a 15-minute break. Let the teams for the next bout get going. Again, just a reminder, if you think the bout action stops after this one, you are mistaken. We still have Cheyenne Roller Derby and Durango Roller Girls that are going to bout after this. So they're going to warm up during halftime while we take a break. We're going to be back with 30 more minutes. Lavacity, West Texas from Mayday Mayhem 2015. So welcome back, folks. Anybody checking us out here at ColoradoSports.TV, Mr. Glitter hanging out with Roller Polar Bear here at Mayday Mayhem 2015. Your halftime score, Lavacity 121, West Texas 23. We've got 30 minutes left in this bout. Not to be outdone, we've got one more bout after that. That's going to be Cheyenne versus Durango. And that'll wrap up day one here on track one at our tournament.
Absolutely, and as we start this second period, we're looking at the scores. I'm sure you guys at home as well are checking it out. We've been saying all in the first period, West Texas got to look for that answer, got to look for that spark. And they'll start looking at it straight from the off here. It's not, you never stand still in sports. You have to keep moving forward. You've got to keep getting your blockers. You've got to keep getting it offense. You've got to just try and close the other team out. Lavacity have done a great job in this first period. You've got to see what West Texas got to come back with.
Yeah, experience building. If nothing else, you get to throw yourself into that opportunity to see different things, make different decisions, and see the results that happen.
And just as we were saying it, looking for that difference, we've got 1-3, Shadow Smith blocking for the second time in this bout. Picks up lead. Great offensive work by Texas.
Yeah, Anya Az jamming for Lavacity. She makes it through as well, but not before taking some big punishment there from West Texas.
And unfortunately, we do have Shadow Smith picked up a back block penalty. So she goes to the box. We've got no lead jammer. We've got the jam running for 2 minutes.
And Anya Az is going to take full advantage of that. That is a big grand slam for Lavacity.
So So we've got the 8-leg squid there of Texas, just being broken up a little bit there by Lavacity.
No pack situation calls. That means West Texas has to let Anya Ass through. That also means another big 5 points for the ladies in yellow.
It's just a shame for West Texas. They started so strong in that first couple of seconds. Shadow Smith picking up that lead. You go to a penalty, it just kind of feels like that work's undone. It's about picking it up from here. Every time you fall down, it's about getting back up and moving forward.
Yeah, had the right idea, had the nice aggressive attitude. Just little lacking in the results department for them. I think that's the balance that you play when you play aggressive. 5 more points for Lavacity and Anya Ass.
And Shadow Smith breaks out of the pack. We just have one blocker here for Lavacity.
Indeed, all kinds of penalties called there. So fully yellow is the penalty box. And that means Shadow Smith has all kinds of real estate to work with, and West Texas puts 4 more points up top.
It was good work as well. She completely evaded. It's only one block on track, but it's still one block you have to evade. She made light work of it, and she was through. And the jam comes to an end there. Both teams picking up points, but it is Lavacity that come out on the victor on the point spread on that one. It is unfortunate work because Shadow Smith started off very, very strongly in that first jam, just coming out fast and hard with the great help from Texas blockers. See if they can just keep picking up on it.
Yeah, I like the attitude. I think I'm perfectly okay if you're aggressively, you're going to make mistakes, you're going to have bad luck, but the aggressive attitude is really going to go far for you in Derby.
Yes.
So we get going with our second jam, and that's Carcinogen, number 8, lead jammer status for West Texas.
And we do have Cutthroat Callie still trying to work her way through, but she rode 2 big hits. And she just made light work of that, like I make light work of a lot of food I eat. And she comes through. But the jam is called, and Carcinogen picks up the 3 points. 2 jams into the second half. West Texas have picked up lead twice. It shows they're out here to make a point in this second period. Regardless of what score we got on the board, which is 140 playing over 30, they want to make a point here in this second period. They want to show, hey, a point spread is a point spread. We want to play. We want to make a point. We can try and get ourselves back into this. And it's up to them.
Definitely.
So, a bit of a slow start here. As we go off into the third jam, some bodies are hitting the deck.
Ghost Rider's wearing the star for West Texas, and that is Panty Dropper for Lavacity.
Panty Dropper still trying to work her way through. And Shadow just, as we're coming into turn 3, turn 4. There's some nice big contact.
Got that pass on the no pass, no penalty there at turn 4. So Panty Dropper's the first one out of the pack, but she is not going to be lead. In the meantime, we've got a couple blockers hanging out in the penalty box for West Texas, and Panty Dropper takes full advantage of the extra real estate. That's a grand slam for Lavacity.
Shadow Smith's just coming up against the 2-wall Lavacity. And Lavacity Voter plays the price of a multiplayer block. She makes her way to the penalty box. And the jam comes to an end. Lavacity there just picking up the points as Shadow Smith didn't pick up any on that one, unfortunately.
Yeah, she'd gone through. All she needed to do was get through the pack, as she was declared lead jammer, even though she wasn't the first one through the pack, and then she was just trying to call it off, reset, and try again in 30 seconds.
In this game, 3 jams down, jam 4 coming right out. Both teams starting with 1 skater.
Everybody's jockeying for position back there at the jam line.
And yet again, pretty much every jam start we've seen here, Lavacity works that inside. Even if they get popped off, they'll always look at the inside line, and both jammers come scooching out just about hand in hand. And Lavacity do pick up lead, but we do have West Texas hot on the tail.
Indeed. Screamin' Meanie by a nose is your lead jammer, but hot on the trail is Sour Patch. Fast-moving pack is the result as everybody tries to move around and get to the front of the pack. called off pretty quickly. 2 points for Lavacity, and West Texas shut out that round.
And it's unfortunate West Texas getting shut out, but it shows West Texas, especially with the jammer coming out pretty much at the same time. Lavacity just picking up the 2. It's something where we're looking into going into Jam 5 as the points are spread onto 150 plays 30, 120 point spread in favor of Lavacity. West Texas won't be worried about the points so much now. It's all about getting that experience, honing their skills, seeing what they can do on track. And oh my God, I think we've just seen Carcinogen just hit the biggest blocker for Lavacity, H2O.
Environmental, yeah, that was a collision. On the other side of the pack, 211 Juice Nukem is out for Lavacity as lead jammer. Carcinogen finally on the inside line, tiptoes through the tulips to get out of the pack and is eligible for points.
And one thing I have noticed about Carcinogen, her footwork, just riding them hits, just keeping herself on track has been fantastic. And oh, she just tried to pick up a point at the end. But she does pick up a misconduct.
That's unfortunate. That's going to send her to the penalty box and make this next jam a power jam for Lavacity. So with 23 minutes and counting, Lavacity with a commanding 153-30 lead over West Texas. And this isn't going to help, but if you're Lavacity, maybe this is a great opportunity to rest some of your skaters for the next bouts. Maybe you take some people and you get them some experience in some positions they're not used to. All those types of things will help you not only in this tournament, but in the rest of the season as you go forward.
I think that's what is probably, as you say, is best to look at this point, as we've got number 1 on your ass. We've jammed quite a lot today. They'll just maybe look to pick up that point spread. Then, as you say, just move things around a little bit, get someone else into jam. And that's the luxury Lavacity have got with their amount of skaters, whereas West Texas are playing 4 short. It's obviously going to tell from. Carcinogen is now back on track for West Texas.
Anya Az made 1 pass through, so that's 5 more for Lavacity as Carcinogen gets out of the penalty box and through the pack on her initial pass.
And Anya Az there just rolling the shoulders, breaking herself through. And great to see that Anya Az comes out, turns to the bench, watching the bench, hearing from them words, seeing it, calling it off, keeping West Texas shut out, keeping Lavacity on the points roll. And they're picking up some nice big scores here, and West Texas, they're just going to keep going. They're just going to keep trying to see if they can just break out their own leads, try and pick some points up, because we're seeing it. We are seeing it. It's just not that click. And we do have Bombshell Bone jamming for West Texas.
0-0 Yoko Ono making her debut, at least for this bout, for Lavacity. She gets through and she's lead jammer.
And she split up that West Texas wall just like Yoko Ono split up the Beatles. Of course, that's just a joke. But we do have Bombshell Bone there. Just break out and starts her initial pass, but we have jam call.
Bombshell showing some agility there. She had to hurdle over one of the Lavacity blockers to get through on her initial pass, and I couldn't do that off skates. Some of the things that these ladies do on skates just is unreal to me.
Their footwork, I mean, especially like Bombshell Bone now jammed twice and shows what she can do. She didn't pick up lead in that one, but she persevered. She got on with it.
Yeah.
In that first jam that she jammed, she picked up lead. She was on it. She was barreling through. She was getting her head down, and she was focusing through. So we are back here. We have got 20 minutes and change left to play.
Cutthroat Callie wearing the star for Lavacity. Cutthroat Callie just does what she does best, and that's become lead jammer.
And we have number 36, Vixen Fexa, I think jamming for the first time today for West Texas. She is still just trying to find her way through to start her initial scoring pass.
Cutthroat Callie, in the meantime, navigates through the choppy waters and gets 5 points for Lavacity.
Oh, big hits there, dealt out by Lavacity blockers. And again, they dealt with the West Texas jammer, and then they just went straight on the offense.
Exactly. Nice transition game there. More specifically, number 83 Mudslinger was in all kinds of action there. Starting on defense, working back to offense. Right now she's going up against the jammer for West Texas, back on the defensive side. And then look at that. She recycles back.
Vixen Vexer is getting a bit of a time here. Not the best. But she's still persevering. She's still on track. She's still trying to make her way through. It's not easy work out there at the moment. West Texas blockers, still out there, 4 strong, just trying to just hold back Cutthroat Cali. But she comes through.
Indeed, Cutthroat Cali putting another 5 in the sky for Lavacity.
And Vixen Vex is just right in the hits, just trying to find these spaces. Mudslinger has just not left her alone. You sling enough mud, it's gonna stick, and she's sticking to that jammer right now.
Wow, it's like they're joined by Velcro. Mudslinger just hip to hip, and finally, I think Vixen Vexer says, finally, that is over. Can I go sit down and do something else besides be a conjoined twin with Mudslinger? Wow.
She made her way back very timidly, very like she'd just gone 12 rounds. And she'll feel like that, but at the same time, it's an experience thing. We do have an official review called here.
Yeah.
By Lavacity. We do have the scores at this point. 185 Lavacity, 30 West Texas, 17 and change left to play. We're sending an official review. If you're at home and if you're enjoying it, thanks very much for joining us. We've got a full weekend of roller derby in front of us. We've got junior roller derby, we've got men's roller derby.
And don't forget, if you can't be here in Loveland, Colorado to see things live, every single bout that we've got this weekend will be broadcast on ColoradoSports.TV. So don't worry, just get cozy on your couch, get yourself some snacks, some drinks, fire up your computer, and derby away.
Yeah, check out Darbysupply.net. They've got everything from hats, t-shirts, wheels, bearings, laces, stockings, looks flawless. Everything you can.
That's how we stay afloat.
Donations too.
Right now today.
Absolutely.
So we're still sounding an official review here. Just waiting to find out what the dealio was. Of course, if you have enjoyed what's been on this weekend and what's going to be coming up, we do have a website you can get yourself onto to just pass on some donations. On Colorado Sports, just make your way over to the website and just help out and just make all this more possible.
So that official timeout is over. Lavacity was contesting or asking for a penalty to be called. It looks like they lost that appeal, so we're back to Derby. And Lavacity sends out number 40, Dirty Joe, first time on the jam line for them. She is successful being the lead jammer.
As you said earlier, it's about, giving other skaters chances, and she'll have fresh legs, want to come out, want to prove a point, and she comes through, and she called it off again just at the right time. Absolutely textbook work there from the Lavacity jammer. Only picks up the 2 points, but it's 2 points, whereas West Texas, they pick up nothing. It's that little bit more demoralizing. Going back to the Colorado Sports TV, always welcome for donations. If you just look at the button below on the video player on the page, go over and help us out. Keep this great operation up and running by just chucking some dollar or sterling or euro or chocolate cakes your way.
Yeah, nobody here nobody gets paid for this event, so everybody's doing it on a volunteer basis. Colorado Sports TV, no exception. They're looking for donations to keep this thing going. If you're across the state, across the country, across the pond, and you're watching this, hit that donate. Help us out a little bit.
And helping themselves out, looking for some points. We got 1, 2, 3. We've got Pansy Dropper out there jamming.
Wild Wookie's going to work for West Texas. Nice hit there. That's 143. Bam, bam blocker for West Texas, forcing the call off.
good work by Bam Bam Blocker. She's having a good game. She picked up a couple of penalties here and there, but when she's jammed, when she's blocked, she's got a lot of energy. She's really throwing herself into it, and I think it just goes to show she's back on track again, wanting some more. Like we said earlier, West Texas playing with a 4 less. You're going to see it now. People are going to stay on for 2, try and give some people a bit of a rest. Seeing how Lavacity respond to it, they've got the fresh legs at this point. West Texas have got to start just digging that more deep in. See what points they can get on the board with 15 minutes and change left to play.
Dream Eraser found a spot on the inside track. She is lead jammer for West Texas. Not too far is Anya Ass, and that forces Dream Eraser to wisely call off the jam.
She just slithered through that. The gap was about the size of an A4 piece of paper, looking at it sideways. She just saw it and just danced right onto it. That was brilliant work. And like we said, it's about just seeing what experience and what you can get from this now. You've got 15 minutes. What are you going to do?
Definitely.
How are you going to move forward from this? And they're showing this.
Bombshell Bones wearing the star for West Texas. She has had some really good results earlier, so hopefully she can keep the momentum going for herself. We've got an empty penalty box. Haven't cursed that just yet. Hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers. Hopefully it stays that way. And look at that, just on cue, Bombshell Bone gets out. She is lead jammer.
Cutthroat Cali jamming for Lavacity. She rides a big hit just at the end there from Wookie, and she carries on regardless. Bombshell Bone is flying round as your lead. And dancing, and toe-stop Mayhem. She kind of just hits the bottom of the floor, gets picked up by the Lavacity, picks up 3 points. She flew through that pack, and her own momentum kind of took her off on the outside. But again, 3 jams, 2 leads, and points.
I'm always amazed at how the referees in that situation, you know, as the jammer goes through the pack, gets hit, they're twirling, they're twisting, and calling off the jam. How do you know what's flailing and what's the call off? You know, it just all looks Greek to me. Juice Nukem going to work for Rage City, and that is Carcinogen, familiar territory for her, jamming for West Texas. And of course, Juice Nukem finds her way through as lead jammer. She's done that quite a bit this bout.
She's just got that momentum. She just seeing it then coming into turn 1. She sees that inside. You've got to just try and slow her down. If you can just swarm on her, then you're going to have a chance. But the way Lavacity play, the way their offense has been working today, it's been very tough out there.
Indeed.
Carcinogen is out, and she is looking for points.
Couple of penalties called, so each squad has a blocker in the penalty box as Nukem calls it off. It puts 4 points up top for the ladies in yellow, and they have officially got to the 2-century mark. So 13 minutes and counting. Lavacity 200, West Texas tallying in at 36.
They did pick up 3 points on that last jam, did West Texas. Carcinogen not giving up at all, going right until the last second. And it showed and it paid off, picks up the 3 points. So off we go into jam 14 here. 12 minutes and change left to play. And as you said, Mr. Glitter, 200 points for Lavacity. West Texas sat on 36.
Looks like Ghost Rider is back on there in the jam position for West Texas, and Panty Dropper out there for Lavacity. Panty Dropper gets that lead jammer status.
Again, it was just quick offensive work from the Lavacity blockers. And again, they just seem to just let maybe 1 or 2 blockers just try and just disrupt the West Texas jammer, and then 1 or 2 of the others just go on the offense. And
look at that work. Shadow Smith on one skate, kind of wrapping herself around like a koala bear to a eucalyptus tree. Slowed up the Lavacity jammer. You can't contain her necessarily, but you can slow her. That's a great job by Shadow Smith.
that was absolutely great to see. There's actually a skater in the UK, Terry Sudron, which has done many blocks like that, and I could never do it. My center of gravity would just send me hurling to the floor in a bit of a blubber mess. But when you see skaters like that, it's just great to see. It's great work, and it shows. Yeah, they know they've seen the score up there, but they're not stopping. They don't want to, they're enjoying it. They're out there, they're smiling, they're playing, they're playing for each other, and that's what it's all about out there right now. making every jam count.
Indeed. So we get going now with the last jam. One more time, right in the inside path. That is number 11, Dream Eraser. She's found that inside track as a jammer 2 in a row. She's lead jammer for West Texas.
And we got Dirty Joe, number 40 for Lavacity, jamming for the second time today. She does not pick up lead though, but she is out of the pack, looking for them points as Dream Eraser comes flying around out of turn 4. And she was just about to come and say hello to you, Mr. Glitter.
She certainly was.
She was, but she just thought better of it after hearing your high school stories and just hot-tailed it back to the bench.
Tap the jam off, get onto the bench, where it's probably much cooler than I am.
Yeah, well, I don't know. You're not a bad, cool guy. You're looking very dapper anyway.
Oh, thank you.
Better than me with my leggings. But enough of that. So we are back on track here. We got 10 minutes and change left to play. 2:05 plays at 38. We've got an empty penalty box. And we have Yoko Ono picking up lead jammer.
I believe this is her second trip to the jam line during this bout. Carcinogen, familiar territory for her for West Texas wearing the star. She's through the pack, not lead jammer.
And we do have Juice Newcomb just making her way to the penalty watch. Just picked up a penalty just for the end of that jam. Lavacity will start with 3 on track. West Texas have the full complement of 4.
Jam 16 in the pocket, 9 minutes and 25 seconds left to play in this game.
So we do have on the jam line for West Texas, Wild Wookie. She has jammed a few times today. Hasn't jammed so much in these last few ones, though. She's doing some blocking work. And off we go. A pivot line start by Lavacity. And super duper work from the Wild Wookie, picking up lead jammer. And it was number 19, heavy metal heather. Just was that offense, but it was kind of like a fake offense.
Right.
And it just opened it up. Great work.
Anya asks, jamming for Lavacity. She gets through, and Wookie sees that and immediately puts an end to this chapter. So 4 points for West Texas. Lavacity shut out.
That was great work to say. And it was nice pivot line start from Lavacity. But West Texas just kind of met up with them and said, hey, how are you doing? And, our jammer's gone. You didn't see it. You're too busy just saying hello to us.
One more reminder, folks. After this bout, we've got one more for the evening. The Cheyenne Capitals are going to take on the Durango Derailers. That's going to be the last bout on this track for the evening. But we're going to get started bright and early in the morning. The first bout, I believe, begins at 8:30 on Saturday morning. So make sure you join us here on ColoradoSports.TV.
Bright and early, just like we will be. And getting up and out and Adam is number 969, Cutthroat County for Lavacity, picking up your lead. Carcinogen makes her way to the penalty box. So Lavacity sat on that power jam. And just look at Lavacity there, just going to work on that offense. They just mushed. West Texas just headed them in like sheepdogs and just kept them in that and just let Cutthroat County just work away on the inside.
Indeed, West Texas now trying to set up their defense. Lavacity hanging back, letting Cali do the work, and West Texas takes full advantage of that. They collide onto Cali there at turn 2 and push her off. But somehow, someway, all these derby skaters do it. They hit the track, they bounce back, and they're back to work, putting points in the sky for their squads.
You're not going to pick up much points by just sitting back and watching the world go by. They just sprightly get back up, get on with it, pick up them more points, cut it down, just like the neck. Carcinogen back out of the box, light on the feet, but picks up no points at the end of that jam. But again, they're coming off with smiles on their faces. They're coming off because they know this is a learning experience from them. It's not being classic derby from West Texas, but it's been entertaining derby. They've gone on with it. They've picked up leads. They've done different things. And there's been some impressive work from them.
Indeed, there has.
So we've now just looking into the final 6 minutes of this second period. 2:20 playing 42, dancing into jam 19. We've got Wild Wookie out for Lavacity.
And that is panty dropper for the ladies in yellow.
Wow, Wookie just being held back there by Dirty Joe.
Another no pass, no penalty called. So panty dropper, although out of the pack first, is not declared lead jammer. That's still open. Wookie's going to try to get through and earn that status, but easier said than done. She's facing a tough 3-wall there, currently led by Dirty Joe.
You've got some excellent blocking work. Volatile as well. Just making life very tough here for Wookie. But she does come through, and she does pick up lead jammer. She kind of just taking a glance over to the bench, deciding which way to go with it. She is still moving on. And at this point in time, she'll be looking to pick some points up, but the pack kind of get the speed up and running. Calls it off, possibly at the right time. Yes, she does.
All right, 2 points tallied for West Texas. Panty dropper actually scored 3 on their first pass, didn't score any on their second pass. So overall, Lavacity comes out on top 3-2. And with just under 5 minutes, current score, Lavacity 223, West Texas 44. Day 1, Mayday Mayhem. Can't wait for day 2 and 3.
Now, it's been a fantastic start to this in the 5th year now of Mayday Mayhem. And I think if you folks have seen this at home, you've seen how great the tracks look, you've seen how great the teams look. It's going to be in for a hell of a week, and I hope you can join us for the full lot of it. And we do actually have West Texas here, and they have picked up lead jammer. And it is number 13, Shadow Smith, who's done some excellent blocking work today. She comes out, picks up your lead jammer here.
Screamin' Meanie going to work for Lavacity, still trying to get through on her initial pass.
Oh, good work again by Shadow Smith. Just riding the hits well, getting turned just quickly, getting herself back on track. And Screaming Mimi is now back. She's now out, starting her scoring pass. Shadow Smith just kind of just feeling her way through here. Shuts it off just at the right time. 4 points. It's a good 4 points. It's good work again. It wasn't hurried. There was no flying into the back of it. You know, it was really good work by Shadow Smith. I think she's grown into this as the game's worn on. She kind of just found her form, found her cancer, and she's going really well at this point.
Absolutely. You can see the confidence growing on her every time she's out there wearing the star. You know, first it was a little timid, then it was a little bit better. Now you're definitely seeing her do some things that she wants to and walking a little taller for it.
So we do have for West Texas, we have Bombshell Bone just getting popped off track there and jamming for the first time today. We have H2O Environmental. Seen some excellent blocking work from her today.
Indeed. Now she's going to wear the star and see how that works out for her. So far, still trying to get her way through on the initial pass. On the other side of the pack, that is Bombshell Bone, your lead jammer for West Texas.
And she's another one who has just kept growing and just kept growing into this. And she just got that steadily better, steadily better. She now picks up lead. I think she picked up lead 3 times out of jamming 4. And Environmental is out of the pack. Bombshell Bone just shutting it down before any points are given up. And she picks up 3 points.
Yeah. So here we are about the 2-minute mark. 223-51 in favor of Lavacity. Don't forget, folks, we got one more bout coming your way. The ladies from Durango, the Durango Derailers, are going to take on the ladies from Cheyenne, the Capitals. Capitals victorious in their bout earlier today. Durango didn't quite get the result they were looking for, but you know they're going to be gunning for the ladies in orange here in just a few minutes.
They'll be hurting, and they'll be looking to just try and put their marker down on this weekend to kickstart their tournament. So it'll be an excellent game to watch. And Carcinogen there picks up your lead jammer, but flying right up behind. And I'm telling you, Mudslinger, just as you said before, like Velcro onto these West Texas, just kind of stuck to it, just the sheer pace. She flew out at the Carcinogen jammer.
Yeah, it was just about before I could even make the call as to who was jamming. She was out of the pack and right on the hip of Carcinogen.
So if you are watching across the pond in England, I know it's late, and I know you guys will want to get to bed and enjoy a fantastic weekend ahead of roller derby, but there is that one game to go. So if you fancy staying up and listening to some excellent announcing and watch some excellent roller derby, I suggest you stay with us.
Alrighty, West Texas sends Sour Patch out to jam. That gamble pays off as she is lead jammer. In the meantime, Lavacity sends out Panty Dropper. She's still getting through on that initial pass. Right now she's facing a very tough 2-wall. That is Bam Bam Blocker and Dream Eraser.
Good work here by West Texas. Really keeping her back. And I believe this is Sour Patch's first time with the jammer Panty. Picking up lead, and she's just edging her way through, finding them gaps, working through them. It's not a rush job, but she does get pops off there by Lavacity, and then straight away again, the excellent going back, nice bridging back work.
Yoko Ono went all the way on the back stretch, halfway down to make her get back to work. So great job of bridging, great job of communicating when the jammer exits the track and have people start recycling back.
And we do have Panty Dropper, who does finally break out the West Texas wall. And Panty Dropper just going through unseen. I rarely get unseen, so it's a new one for me. She sees the inside, glides through, and picks up the 5 points. Great work, absolutely great work to see. And ladies and gentlemen, I believe that is the end of the second to last bout on track 1 for the day.
Indeed it is. Lavacity takes it, our unofficial score, 227-56 over West Texas. We saw some really good things. We saw some really good blocking. We saw some really good execution, good communication. We saw some skaters grow, and I'm excited to see what they do the rest of the bout. Roller Polar Bear, it has been one heck of a time. I've had a blast. Folks listening and watching on ColoradoSports.TV, one more bout, like I said, Durango versus Casper. We've got Brad example and miscommunication on that call. So if for no other reason, you just want to watch the legends that are going to be on the mic for that. And don't go too far, because we've got just about 10-15 minutes to go, and then we're going to get going.
Indeed. So grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a cup of tea, grab yourself something maybe a little bit stronger, get yourself hunkered down, get ready for the last game. It's going to be a good one, I can tell you that. And as Mr. Glitter said, this has been a good game to watch. We have seen skaters growing in this. Yes, let's disregard the points for now. We saw a good game. We saw a West Texas team short on players, try all they could to try something different. And Lava were just too strong at the end of the day.
Sometimes that's the case, but hey, you keep coming back, you keep fighting, and the results are going to be good. Roller Polar Bear, it was a pleasure, sir. This is Mr. Glitter. Folks on ColoradoSports.TV, I'm out of here for the evening, but please don't go away, because there's a whole bunch of action still coming towards you.